Hi, this is Mallikarjun, and in this video I'm going to show you how to integrate Java with Informatica Cloud Application Integration, formerly called as ICRT. Throughout this video I'm going to show you how to build a process with a shell service. So the shell service is used in this process in order to call the Java. A simple customer use case would be to pass input to the Java code and get the output back to the process. In this video, I will take an example with Informatica Cloud REST API. I will use Java to call Informatica Cloud REST API to log in and get a session ID, and then to create a mapping configuration task followed by the same. In order to run any shell command or shell script, you need to enable shell service in Informatica Cloud real time. You can do that by going to Agent Console, Admin, and Shell Service. So here you can see that I'm under the Agent Console, and you can see that I have already enabled Shell Service under Admin Console. And also make sure that you have admin privilege or a root permission and to execute the script. A Java executable jar file outside of Informatica Cloud real-time using a process developer or any IDE tool, and then we will export the code as a runnable jar file so that you can call in a command line using shell service of Informatica real-time. Here one can see that I have my Java code ready, and which can log into Informatica Cloud and return back the Informatica Cloud session ID and the server URL concatenated by a comma. And then the same code will help you to log out by taking the token and the server URL. So simply you can export this Java code as a runnable jar file and then save into agent directory. I have exported the code as a ictoken.jar file, and this can work with two types of arguments. The first one will be, you can pass the username and password to the jar file, which will try to log into Informatica Cloud using the REST API and will give you back the Informatica session ID and the server URL. And the same jar can be used to log out after you used the session that it was returned in the previous call. In a moment I will show you the full process to understand how we can do this in Informatica Cloud real-time. So here is the process that I built in order to execute the Java code using the shell command, and also you can see that there is another service called that I have created to call the Informatica mapping creation API and create the mapping configuration task. So overall the process is gonna execute the Java code as a command line argument using shell command, and then assign the returned value to temporary variables called itoken and surl, and then this token and URL will be used in order to create a mapping configuration task based on a parameterized mapping. So once it successfully creates a mapping configuration task, I'm gonna check whether that call was made successfully or not. If it is successful, I'm gonna take the mapping task ID that was returned from this call and call the same mapping configuration task to run. So once it's successfully run, I'm gonna check whether it's successfully triggered the Java or not, and then I'm gonna log out the Informatica session that I created by logging in the first place. So that is how the process is gonna work, and I will show you the process in runtime. So I've got the link for the process and I'm trying to call the process, and just I will go to Informatica Cloud to see if it successfully triggered the job. So here you can see that the process is already triggered and it is running. So the process is now successfully completed with one successful row. Coming back to the process, I would like to take a moment to explain about run a shell command option. So this is a service available under Informatica Cloud real-time, and it's a advanced option where you can select run a shell command. So it works both on Windows and Linux. So it takes few inputs. The command and the working directory are mandatory. So the command, anything you can pass, like a script, Python, or like a Java, or any natively available commands you can pass from here, and it will be able to execute. So once it executes successfully the commands that you are input, it will give three outputs. One is an error string. If in case any error happens, you can pass this output field and get the response. So if your code or a script executes successfully, you get the output back, and you can just take the output and parse it and use as is. Thank you for watching this.